question I've been having a lot is what happens to other companies, or what happens to the market or the cost of capital if people just keep wanting Bitcoin over other stuff. What are the types of returns you're going to have to generate for the other stuff? And it's confusing more still because Bitcoin does not grow at a constant rate, right? So like a treasury yield, that's a constant rate of return. Of course, the rate can change, you know, depending on where the central banks set the rate. It might go down to 3%, may go up to 7%, may go down to 4%, but that is a constant rate of return a year. It will always be a straight line on log scale over time, even if you change the rate a little bit with different interest rates. Bitcoin does not do that. So it grows at a much faster rate right now. But if you just goes purely by the math, all right, and I got to see if I have this actually to show you. Imagine what would happen to these two lines if we went further out in time and we still had the TradFi growing in a straight line and Bitcoin growing at a not straight line. You would actually have TradFi flip Bitcoin again at some point in the future. So the question becomes, if we're all going on to Bitcoin, everybody loves Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's rate of return will decline over time. So right now it's about 45% per year. It's going to be 42% per year by the end of this year. It will get down to 10% per year, which is the long-term, relative speaking, stock market return if you invest the dividends. You pick your starting date, end date, it changes a little bit, but whatever, 7, 8, 9, 10% is the long-term stock market return. Bitcoin's rate of growth will reach 10% in 2070. Okay, so there's a concrete date based on the trend where this 42% per year goes down to 10% per year. So one might actually ask the question, and this is pure mathematics, right? But like, why would that, at that point, if stocks are still going up 10% per year and Bitcoin's only going up 9%, maybe you wouldn't want to hold Bitcoin at that point. It starts to get more philosophical because everybody believes that Bitcoin's better money, harder money, but at least the mathematics of it do change from 2070. And by the way, I've also said this a couple times. If you bought Bitcoin today at 100K, and then as this rate of growth declines, when would you yourself today get a 10% return? Now you'd expect a 42% return based on the trend, or 45 to 42. But when would that fall if you bought and hold today to 10%? You'd still have to hold it for like 100 years. So you got to wait a long time. But what I'm saying is the trailing 12 month of the curve will fall from 42% per year down to 10% per year in the year 2070.